Hey guys, Danielle Waters here with Berkshire Hathaway coming at you on this first Friday of 2020 with our Fairfax market update. I'm super excited. A lot of you know I'm a geek for numbers, and because I've been doing this since 2019, on a lot of the weeks this year, we're going to be able to compare weekly data for year-on-year statistics. I didn't start doing this till the end of January last year, so I don't have those weekly stats for us to compare 2019 to 2020 for this week, but in a few weeks we'll be able to be doing that, so I'm pumped. As a lot of you might remember who have seen these videos in the past, a lot of them end up getting shot in my car. So today, because I'm actually in the office with a whiteboard, we're going to take advantage. New little format going on here. I'll try to have it so that everybody can see. But as a recap, when I am doing these updates on a weekly basis, I'm looking at Fairfax, Virginia, not Fairfax County. So it's these 4 zip codes only. So those of you who live in 22030, 22031, 22032, and 22033, this is relevant to you guys. So every week we're going to look at how many new listings, how many closed listings, how many are on the market versus under contract. I'm going to explain what that means in a second. And then we're going to look at our supply. So our supply in 2019, I was able to look at on a monthly basis. Again, we're going to be able to be doing this on a weekly basis on some of these weeks, but in the last 7 days, we've had 10 new properties hit the market in Fairfax. We've had 36 close. There were 200, it's kind of tough to do this backwards, 248 on the market. And I put that in quotes because those are all properties that have been on the market in the last 7 days, but 152 of them are actually already under contract. So what that means is that some of the properties that you're still seeing as active on third-party websites like Zillow might actually already be gone. This number usually trends somewhere between 50 and 60% of what had recently been active is already gone. So we're at around 60% of the active listings are already under contract. So you want to make sure that if you're in your active search that you're only looking at what's active in the MLS, because otherwise if you're on some of these other websites, something that you fall in love with might actually already be gone. Supply year on year, I want to take just a minute to explain what this number means and why it's significant. So when we talk about supply, what we mean is how much inventory there actually is in Fairfax. So if there's a 1 month supply, that means that if there were no other listings to hit the market, we would be out of things for people to buy in 1 month, okay? So because we just finished up December 2019, I looked at the supply at the end of November 2019, and I compared that to the supply at the end of November in 2018 to see what sort of market we're gearing up for compared to last year. So our supply as of the end of November in Fairfax was actually down 45% compared to our supply in 2018. So to put real numbers to that, our supply coming into December 2019 was 0.81 months. That means in less than a month, if nothing else hit the market, everything would be gone. The equivalent time in 2018, we were at basically 1.5 months supply. So why is that important? Why is that number important? It's important because those of you who have been keeping your finger on the pulse of the market over the last few years, haven't bought anything or haven't sold anything, if you heard, oh my gosh, there's no inventory, buyers are out in droves, there's not enough things to buy, oh, I'm a buyer, I've lost my 5th house, I was in competition with 7 other people, you know, what we saw coming into 2019, we're actually seeing less of a supply right now coming into 2020. So those of you who are planning a 2020 purchase and you have the flexibility to bring forward your timeline, considering a Q1 purchase could be advantageous for you. On the flip side, sellers, there are opportunistic buyers out there who will be out in the first quarter. So if you have the ability to pull forward your timeline, sometimes there's a real benefit to doing that, and I'd be happy to sit down with you and kind of discuss them and what your individual situation would dictate. If you are planning a listing in May or June, I just finished putting together this awesome checklist for sellers for 6 months in advance. So I've broken it down month by month of what you should be tackling in the 6 months leading up to listing. So it's super digestible. It keeps a lot of the stress at bay because you are having your monthly to-do list and then you're able to put it away until the next month. So if you're interested in that, please feel free to reach out. If you're going to be going to open houses this weekend, let me know. I'm happy to help get a list of addresses and times for you. And I promise this weekly update will not be 5 minutes every week. Gotta get in and out. So if you have any other questions, any other stats that you'd like to see for your own neighborhood, give me a shout and I'll see you guys next week.